in on-base percentage and slugging. Got him a high inside out of the strike zone pitch.
And see, that's the area where a lot of people are saying when you get 2 strikes on Pujols, throw him the high fastball because he has a tendency to chase high when he has 2 strikes. Williams has a very deceptive delivery. He's so fluid. Sometimes his fastball will jump on you. He's not really throwing on the corners. He's just getting away with some pitches that are close to the strike zone. But that's what they're saying about Pujols now is when you get him with 2 strikes, if you can try to get him to chase a high fastball, that seems to be the only weakness that they say he has right now.
It's official. He's in a slump.
Yeah.
Not just because he's 0 for 11, but when you're chasing those kind of pitches. Now here is Edmonds. Jim Edmonds batting in the cleanup spot, 1 for 8 in the series. Another big-time RBI man for this ball club. Edmonds was 2nd in the balloting for a player in the month of June. So the Giants had the winner, and they had the man who finished 2nd in that department as well. Both of them just tearing it up during June.
And here's a guy who's a great high ball fastball hitter. He's a great high ball hitter. So I don't think Williams will get away with too many high fastballs, with a guy like Jim Edmonds.
Not going to get away falling behind Edmonds either. Edmonds hitting .344 during June. He had 14 home runs in the month of June for Jim Edmonds. So he's back on it. Hart led this ball game off, hit by a pitch. Palmeiro's on at first base. He drew the walk. 2 ball, no strike count. They play him to pull. Breaking ball, catches the inside corner. Took a little off that pitch, and it goes to 2-1.
Boy, he went with a 2-0 changeup, which says a lot about him. The kid is having a tough time finding the strike zone, and he's still trying to pitch though, throwing a 2-0 changeup.
Not going to give in. Part of that maybe Benito Santiago, the catcher, is not going to let him. Fastball hit in the air to left field. Bonds flips the glasses down. Runners are going to stay. It's hauled in, and there are 2 down. So Williams has got a chance to work his way out of this inning. The runners have to stay. 2-1-2 down. Edmonds out of there.
He comes back with what looks to be a little sinker, low and away, and all Edmonds pretty much could do was just kind of like flip at it. Didn't really have his legs and weight behind him on that. That's why he didn't really drive it further than that.
Telling Widger what he was swinging at.
I think he was telling him the ball sunk on him.
See that tail away a little bit as well. Now 2 down. Here is Scott Rowland at the plate. Cardinals look like they might have a big inning. Now there are 2 away. They're looking for the big 2-out hit. And the breaking ball misses inside, ball 1.
See, and that's to Williams' advantage when he can throw you 2 types of fastballs. He'll throw you the 4-seam fastball, 2 strikes up in the zone to try to get you to chase. And then to the lefties, he throws a 2-seamer, one that sinks and tails away from him to try to get them to hit it on the end of their bats.
Williams delivery. Santiago fakes that throw, that famous from the knees toss to first base, sometimes to second base for that matter. Count goes to 1-1. Pretty good pitch.
Yeah.
Benito Santiago actually pulled that thing out of the strike zone by trying to fake that throw down to first base. He's moving the ball away, but the strike was already called. 2-1 strike count. Santiago still has a cannon for an arm. Maybe not as strong as it used to be, but it is still dangerous. Williams has taken it to 2-1, 2 away. Hard off second. Palmeiro off first. Rowland 2 for 7 in the series. Takes an inside corner pitch, 2-2.
And as you see, Williams is now starting to pitch around the zone, throwing the breaking balls away, fastball in. He's starting to settle in pretty nicely now.
Found that strike zone. They may have wished they got to him early in this one. Rowland got out of an 0 for 10 with a couple of hits last night. Breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Rowland doesn't think so. So the Cardinals get the first 2 on. They do not score. 21 pitch scoreless first. Bonds coming up. The National League MVP doesn't like the strike zone already. Welcome back. Bonds leads it off. Bonds 2 for 8 in the series. Goes after that one and pops it back over the screen behind home plate and is quickly behind on the count 0-2. He is now 38 years old. .295 career hitter coming in. You see he leads the National League in on-base percentage. Part of that because he leads, as you would expect, the league in walks. 75. 34 intentional passes. Pitch is taken inside to him. 1 ball, 2 strike count. There is the Bonds shift as they move the infielders over. Renteria playing behind second base, the shortstop. Bonds took that one inside, fists it back.
And what Stephenson is doing a great job of is when he goes inside, he's getting it inside. Because right now he's only throwing 86, 87 miles an hour. But he's doing a great job of locating that fastball inside, kind of handcuffing Bonds.
First pitch he is thrown out of the strike zone. That's a fastball that misses inside. Trying to get Bonds to chase. 2-2.
And that's what Stephenson understands that he must do. He must pitch in, because when you're throwing 86 to 89, you know you can't blow your fastball by, guys. It's so important for you to be on the corners. And that's what he's doing here.
2-2 delivery to Bonds, way up high. That one slipped a little bit. And the count after a 2-strike count goes to 3-2. And Bonds will do that to you. I mean, he doesn't draw all those walks just because every pitch is out of the strike zone. He knows what the strike zone is. 3-2 delivery. Bonds takes it, and he is on again. That was close. Leadoff man on. Let's check in with our own double play combination. Reese, Rob.
All right, Gary, we got guys who swing for the fences. Carlos Delgado tied the Major League lead. Not anymore, all by himself for 27.
That home run gives him his 90th RBI. No one since Jimmy Fox has gotten 175 RBI since 1938.
And he would have been tied with Mike Lowell, who just hit number 26 for the Marlins against the Braves. It's 1-0 in the 5th.
And the Marlins, of course, announcing that Lowell isn't going anywhere, which probably means tomorrow they'll hear about he's traded. But anyway, officially, the announcement made by the team was Mike Lowell, subject, and clearly the subject of a lot of discussions about trades with clubs, is going to stay with Florida, at least for the moment. Benito Santiago, Bonds drew the walk. He's on at first base runner. Stephenson working here to Santiago. 2 for 8 in the first 2 games of the series. Takes that one to right center field. Edmonds back near the warning track. He'll haul it in. Bonds will stay. Santiago retired, and a long fly ball out.
Look at this sequence against Bonds. He starts him out with a fastball, which was actually a better pitch than, well, not as good a pitch as the one he walked on. But then he threw him a changeup, then he came inside, trying to tie him up, trying to let Barry know that, hey, I'm going to throw you in. You know, if I want to be effective away, I must throw you in. But he got on top of that changeup a little bit, and then I guess that was below his knees.
You guess. Wow. Bonds still on at first base. 1 down. Here's Jose Cruz Jr., the switch hitter. He's got a couple of hits and 8 at-bats in this series as well, including his home run number 13 off Woody Williams in the ball game last night. Leads the majors with 13 outfield assists, working in right field for the Giants. That one misses as well, and the count goes to 2-0 on Cruz. The Giants coming into this game 4.5 games up. They are 18 games over 500 for the first time this year. Playing some big-time baseball to extend their lead. Fastball over the top misses, and now it's Stephenson who can't find it. How about for Lou? What a job he has done with the Giants. The veteran manager just kind of settled in like he owned this team after Dusty Baker left.
Well, as soon as he came in, I mean, he already commanded a lot of respect. And the guys love him because he respects the players. His door is always open, and he lets you go out and prepare the way you need to prepare. And he has a lot of confidence in his players that they will do the right thing. He doesn't say a lot, but he does a lot of encouraging, you know, and he's also a teacher. He does a lot of teaching over there, too. But he has so much respect from his players. They play hard for him. It's followed him around from Montreal to now.
That one swung on and missed, and Stephenson pulled a little string on that one, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lou, of course, played right with the San Francisco Giants 1958 when he first came up to the majors through the 63 season, and then moved on. So in a sense, he's back home. This is where he started his major league career as a player. Now he's here as a manager, and probably it's where he'll wrap up his career in the majors as a manager. Plus, we thought he'd wrapped up his career as a major in Montreal, and then he was a bench coach in Detroit, and now here again. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Bonds on at first base is running. Swung on and foul tipped, and caught a little piece of Widger. Great to have you with us here in Wednesday Night Baseball with David Justice and our crew. I'm Gary Thorne. St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants in their first series, a 4-game set of the first meeting of the season since the playoffs last year. And here at Busch Stadium, the Giants have won 2 5-1 games. This is game 3, and we'll be back with you tomorrow afternoon for the wrap-up afternoon game here in St. Louis. Garrett Stephenson, 31-year-old right-hander with Bonds running again. It's fouled off.
And you see Felipe doing the same thing that La Russa was doing, is getting the runners in motion, playing aggressive style baseball, trying to get something started here.
Both of these teams offensive minded. Cardinals more so than the Giants, relying on the offense. Bonds not going, and the pitch is way up high. So the second walk of the inning, 2-on-1 down. Reese and Rob.
All right, guys, Red Sox and the Devil Rays. Nomar Garcia-Parra with his 13th.
Hit 398 in June, already hitting over 500 in the
Nomar
month
appears
of
to be
July.
frozen by the prospects of this pitch coming, but he would eventually swing and hit it right out of the yard. And Trot Nixon unloads.
He wasn't frozen.
He has stalled out that pitch, and the Red Sox with a 2-0 lead in the second.
Guys, gives whole new meaning to being frozen by a pitch. That one is because we never saw the pitch either. Taken outside, Pedro Feliz at the plate. And a 1-0 count. He is 1 for 4 in the series. He's making the start at first base in the ball game for the Giants. That bat held way up, 2 on and 1 out. Outside 2-0. Well, Stephenson threw 5 pitches in the first inning and looked like he was going to pitch a no-hitter. We get to the second, he's walked 2, and now he can't find the strike zone. Where that bat is, you can't even see it. It's almost out of the picture. 2-0 delivery on the way. Breaking ball misses outside, 3-0.
He's basically pitching himself into a jam here. Just not locating his fastball on that outside part of the plate like he was doing earlier.
And that will get La Russa pacing. Last year he used 14 starters. He's already used 7 this year with injuries and ineffectiveness. The reason he does not want to see Stephenson run into trouble here tonight. Dave Duncan takes care of the pitchers, has with Tony La Russa since the days with the Oakland A's. And he's a little concerned. 3-1 delivery. Another breaking ball, and another. He has walked, the bases loaded. 3 walks with 1 down, and Edgardo Alfonso coming up. Tonight, our Major League Baseball doubleheader continues, 10 Eastern, ESPN 2. Miguel Tejada, the A's, will be looking to gain some ground. Ichiro, the American League West leading Mariners, and Keith Jackson will be in the booth to do a little baseball broadcasting tonight. We'll be right back here tomorrow. ESPN 2 game day, the Giants Cardinals at 2 o'clock Eastern time to wrap this series up. Bases loaded. Bonds drew a walk to start the inning, and Santiago flied out. Cruz drew a walk. He's at second, and now Feliz has drawn a walk. So he's walked the bases full, and Edgardo Alfonso, a 4-game hit streak. Takes a strike. He has faced Stephenson 10 times and has gone 0 for 10 against him. Not a good offensive start for Edgardo Alfonso.
Well, it's been tough for him thus far this season, and this is a great opportunity now for him to at least do, put something in the positive basket, for himself and for his ball club.
He had actually been given a little pine time, returned to the lineup after 3 games in which he had taken a little rest. Career with the bases loaded, 1 grand slam. He still, however, is a contact hitter. Despite the average, he's second in the National League in toughest to fan. He does not strike out. Alfonso lifts that one to left field. Pujols, runner will tag. Bonds tags. He's coming. Pujols will get it into third. Bonds will score. An RBI for Edgardo Alfonso and a run on the board for the Giants.
And that was a nice swing, and that's exactly at least what he needed in that situation. That gives him a good feeling going back to the dugout, getting his high fives, knowing he got a run in for his ball club. It's been a tough start for him, this season. And anything that he can do positively for his ball club, as well as for himself, build a little bit of confidence, heading into the second half, because if he catches fire, this team will take off even more so.
30 RBIs for Edgardo Alfonso on the year. Now there are runners at first and second base. There are 2 down. And 0 for 7. The pitcher Williams at the plate takes it up high for a ball. You put that leadoff man on with a walk in an inning, and your chances as the offensive team of scoring go up to over 70%. Bonds got that walk, and Bonds scored. That one foul back. Williams 1-1.
And Williams, like I said, is an athlete. I mean, he once hit 3 home runs in one game, albeit it was in high school. But I'm sure he wants everybody to know.
Where you can get them, right?
But I'm sure he wants everybody to know that, hey, he had 3 in one game before.
Heck, that was yesterday when he graduated. 1-1 delivery, reaches and fouls it back off Stephenson. 1-2. Williams is the second youngest pitcher right now in the National League at the age of 21. So he set out of high school in '99, so not a lot of maturing in the minors. Breaking ball. And the count goes to 2-2.
He looks like a hitter up there, Gary. He took that breaking ball like he's been hitting every day.
Hung right in, didn't he? First inning, 5 pitches. This inning, 29. 2-2. Fastball. Stephenson has gone full to the opposing pitcher.
And that's a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Actually, it is a little bit off the plate, and he's not getting a call. I mean, obviously he wants it, because that would definitely be, the pitch that would make him very successful tonight if he was getting it. But he's trying to make him put it on the plate.
And he comes back with a heater to get his second strikeout of the game. But the walks killed him. A run in, no hits, 2 left on base. Coming up, Renteria.
The curse has been unleashed.
We're not facing normal pirates.
The forces are gathering.
Here there be monsters.
And the battle between good and evil is about to begin.
Here they come.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Rated PG-13. Starts Wednesday, July 9th.
Welcome back to St. Louis, everybody. 89 degrees at game time. Humid. Partly cloudy skies, very light breeze. It rarely affects the play here. 21-year-old right-hander goes back to work. Williams on the mound for the Giants. Walked 1, struck out 2. Hit a batter in that first inning. Edgar Renteria 0 for 4 in the series so far. Renteria out there taking ground balls today. Jose Oquendo hitting him. I asked Jose, I said, is this a Wade Boggs kind of guy? He's got a routine he goes through every day with ground balls. And Jose said, yes, and I make sure he does. Jose Oquendo, a fine infielder in his pro career, now a coach with the Cardinals. Renteria takes that one to center. A little bit of sun still out there. Grissom. Renteria is retired. David, let's take a look at the standings we were talking about earlier before the game today.
And this is going to be a great race, I believe, in the second half of the season. These teams will play each other a lot. Cubs have that great pitching. They're having a hard time scoring. The Cardinals and Astros are very similar. Both teams can hit. The main difference between the Astros and the Cardinals is the fact that the Astros play so great within their own division. That's why I give them the edge, going in the second half. I mean, if St. Louis and the Cubs can play a lot better in their division, then obviously it will bode better for their success. But right now, Houston plays just so much better within their division.
Tino Martinez up. Martinez takes it up high for a ball. Martinez has had a good series, 4 for 7 against the Giants in the first 2 games. Last 9, he's hit .452, 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. You get the feeling this Cardinal offense delivers. You are absolutely right. As we said, this is what they are living and dying with right now is offense.
And Tino's a guy who came over here, put a lot of pressure on himself, because he came over here as a free agent, a big-time free agent.
Hits it hard. He stays hot. Gets the base hit into right. Cruz up with it. Martinez a single.
And he started to relax now. I mean, he was trying to basically attack the game instead of letting the game come to him. And I talked to him about it. He said, I'm starting to relax now. Take the walks if a team doesn't want to pitch to me. and basically making them come to me. He's worked himself into hitter's counts. He got a fastball right there to hit and did a great job lining it to right.
Chris Widger's going to get the chance now. He's working behind the plate in this ball game. Widger, not the regular, and in fact has been out of the lineup with an injury himself. And he takes the breaking ball down low for a strike. Widger is now back in, activated from the DL on Monday night. He had a bruised right thumb that had kept him out. 32-year-old veteran catcher. Runner at first base, foul back on a heater. Quickly 0-2 on Widger. Cardinal offense we were talking about, you check their ranking in the National League, first in batting, in runs, in on-base percentage, and slugging. And if you follow the Billy Bean formula, those last two matter most. Slugging and on-base percentage. Widger with an 0-2 count. Martinez at first, not a big lead. Breaking ball, did he go? Yep, he's out of there. Rapuano made the call, the home plate umpire. Third strikeout of the ball game for Jerome Williams.
Jerome Williams throws him a slider right there, low and away. Great location on that pitch. Because basically threw it for that purpose, to see if he could get him to fish for it. And he did exactly what he needed him to do.
Now there are two down, and the opposing pitcher, Garrett Stephenson, coming up with a runner at first. 1-0, Giants on top here in the second inning. That one towards right field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Martinez will stop at second. Cruz was shallow. And for Stephenson, that's a 6 for 30 on the year, as he's had 6 singles. And the last thing they want to do is think he hurt his thumb on an at-bat. Dave McKay, first base coach, talking with him.
Well, this was pretty much a pitching wedge into right field. And Cruz was already playing him shallow, but he couldn't play him shallow enough.
I like that. He got a hit because they couldn't play him shallow enough. That's true. All right, Bo Hart, leadoff batter. 2-on, 2 down for the Cardinals. Got fooled on that one. Fouled it off, and Benito Santiago, for about the 9,830th time in his career, gets hurt on a foul ball.
What I like early about Williams is he attacks the strike zone. He's trying to get ahead with that fastball, you know, and then work his other pitches off of that. He's thrown a couple nice 2-0 changeups, so he's starting to mix up his pitches, but he's pitching very aggressively.
32 pitches thrown, 20 strikes, 12 balls. Bo Hart 0 for his last 11. 0-1 pitch to him, and in the air to center on a dot. Grissom's right there. May have had the glove turned the wrong way, but he still made the catch. No runs, couple of hits, 2 are left on. Grissom will be up when we come back. Giants have the 1-0 lead. Grissom completing the outs for the Cardinals in center field on that last play, David.
Yeah, Marquise Grissom in his whole career has always played shallow. As you can see here, he's playing shallow to take away the low line drives, and that's exactly what he did. You'll see Grissom, you'll see guys like Edmonds, and you see guys like Andrew Jones that play very shallow for that very reason.
That denied him a hit, would have fallen in and against a lot of center fielders. Neifi Perez leads it off here. Leadoff batter popped out his first time up. That one sent down the line in foul territory. And they'll give chase. Scott Rowland, that one almost hit him as he was going down the line. Didn't reach out the glove, though. Unfortunately, didn't get hit. Great to have you with us here on Wednesday night. Along with David Justice, I'm Gary Thorne. And what are you laughing at? Have you had that happen at first base the other way?
No, it was just out of his reach, Gary.
That was funny, though. He would look like when the ball came down, he thought he was going to catch the bill of his cap, and he looked like he was surprised when it took the hop in front of him. Perez with an 0-2 count. Neifi Perez, couple of hits in 10 at-bats in the series. They play him to pull in the infield. Breaking ball, he does just that, but he pulls it foul.
Well, you have to remember that Scott Rowland has had some problems with his neck and his shoulders, and on the replay, it was a little bit further than what we originally thought. But you don't want to dive, you know, especially on a ball like that. That would be a tough play anyway.
Take it inside. You got to be in a slaughter if you're going to make a play diving on a ball like that, right? Now, they don't want him injured on a foul pop-up. More important that he stays in the lineup. And as David said, he's been out a few games this season with some assorted injuries up around the shoulder neck area. Perez on a 1-2 chops it into Mother Earth. Martinez the flip. Taking a look at the standings. Let's take a look at what's going on with the Giants out in the West now, 4.5 up.
Well, the Giants are playing good baseball right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence. You know, with the Dodgers, the whole key is their pitching staff. They're still looking to try to get some offense, but the Diamondbacks are the team that's really surprising a lot of people, having won 9 out of their last 10. So, like I said, the second half is going to be, you know, it's going to be a great race in this National League West. We
were talking about the Diamondbacks before the game. That one chopped down to third. Oh, yeah, that's why they love him at third base. Aurelia retired as a Gold Glover. Gives you one of the reasons why he makes plays like this all year long.
And he's so good over there. Soft hands, you know, great instincts. And that's why he's won, you know, all those Gold Gloves. You see him there, right there. That's instinct right there. Just playing the hop the best he can. And he's got a great arm, too.
4-time Gold Glove winner. And there are the years he won them. Scott Rowland at third base, helping out his pitcher, Garrett Stephenson. Marquise Grissom up now 2 quickly away for the Giants here in the third inning. They're up 1-0. If the Diamondbacks play as well as they've played without their 2 leading starters, not the big unit, and without Schilling, look out in the West in the National League. When David and I were talking about looking at the second half, column I did today, I said I think they're the club that may have that sweet second half of the season. That one lined to second, and Hart's got it. All together now. You gotta have heart. All you really need is heart. Seeing some fine leather flashed in this game by the teams that are 2 and 3 in the National League in fielding, the Giants and Cardinals respectively. Ready to go here. Third inning. Palmeiro, Pujols, and Edmonds due up. Orlando Palmeiro drew a walk his first time up. Part of what looked like it was going to be a big inning for the Cardinals. They got the first 2 on, and then Jerome Williams shut him down. Pitch is taken away again, and quickly 2-0 on Palmeiro. Williams has walked 1, struck out 3. Noted as a good control pitcher in the few years he had in the minors. He has struggled here tonight with that release point, though. It's 3-0. Looks like he's flinging it sometimes.
But you know what? That's common for a lot of young pitchers. You know, it will look like they have command in the strike zone, and then the next few pitches they're out of it. You know,
it's one of those dangerous leadoff walks. Reese, Rob.
Well, it was a failed experiment for the Mets, Gary, getting Robbie Alomar. The White Sox hope it'll be a fresh start for his career.
It's a great organization. I met a great bunch of guys, and I had nothing bad to say about New York. It just didn't work out for me, and I'm just happy to be here in Chicago now.
And here's his first at bat with the White Sox against the Twins.
Yeah, I mean, he strikes out, but just think of it. He gets to join his brother, and he goes to a contending team.
They're only 3 out. It's 3-0.
So the Alomar experiment in New York is over. Here is Albert Pujols. Palmeiro on at first base. Second walk of the ball game, surrendered by Williams. Holding him at first base. Little decent lead over there.
I see a lot of times with young pitchers, you know, they have a tendency to maybe throw 3 out of 5 sliders, you know, very tight. The other 2 will bounce in the dirt, or maybe they'll get under it a little bit.
Grounds at the third. Edgardo Alfonzo. Nathy Perez. Double play. And Pujols continues in the slump, extending it to 0 for 12. Around the horn, 5-4-3. How about the way the last 2 innings, half innings have ended?
Well, like we talked about, the defense on both these teams is outstanding. And Marquise Grissom caught his line drive, and Bohart said, I'm going to tell you what, Mr. Grissom, don't think you're going to hit one past me after you caught my line drive, and returns the favor.
There he is. Getting his first chance at the majors at the age of 26. Jim Edmonds at the plate.
And the point I was trying to make about young pitchers is because, they don't have the experience, because they're young, they don't have, just that much control all the time consistently within the strike zone, and that's what they'll gain as they mature. So you'll see a guy like Williams who 1 minute looks like he has total command of the strike zone, and next minute doesn't seem like he has it at all.
And then gets it back.
And then he'll get it back. Or he'll throw a breaking ball, or he may throw a fastball high up and away, and the next one might paint the inside corner. Or he'll throw one curveball. The next curveball might be at the knees on the outside corner.
Yep, that's what he's doing here in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike count at Edmonds. 2 down, nobody on. Edmonds flied out to left his first time up. Williams had the battle in the first inning. After 2 got on, he retired Pujols, Edmonds, and Rowland in a row. They only have a combined 63 home runs and 187 RBIs, and he got them out of there with 2 on base. And now he's got a chance with 1 on to face only 3 in the inning, and he does. He got the double play after Palmeiro reached on the leadoff walk. It's still 1-0 Giants.
See, sometimes when the little guy doesn't know he's a little guy, he can do great big things.
I'll lay even money that this nag Sea Biscuit couldn't even finish 6 furlongs.
Look at us. Our horse is too small, our jockey is too big, our trainer is too old, and I'm too dumb to know the difference.
You stopped riding.
No, I can't.
What?
See out there.
He's blind in one eye. Kind of small, isn't he? Gonna look a lot smaller in a second, Georgie.
Everybody loses a couple, and you either pack up and you go home or you keep fighting.
On July 25th, discover an American legend.
Don't stop, boy. Don't ever stop.
Seabiscuit, rated PG-13, at theaters Friday, July 25th.
We welcome you back. Busch Stadium, St. Louis. Cardinals and Giants. Game 3 of a 4-game set. Bonds leads it off here. Takes the pitch down low for a ball. He drew a walk and scored the lone run of the ball game. Came in the 2nd inning. Sac fly by Alfonso brought him home, his 76th walk of the year. And only 35 strikeouts. How do you like them ratios? Oh my gosh. Bonds hits a home run once every 10 times up. This is his 10th time up since he had his last home run. Are you ready? 1-1 delivery. Pops that one back. No play over the screen. Without question, one of the game's all-time great offensive machines.
I think he's going to go down in history as, and I'm saying this, Gary, as the greatest player to ever play. I truly believe that. I mean, you look at what he's done and what he still continues to do. With the fact that he's the 500 now. I mean, there's not even a 400 guy. He's 500. Just unfortunate that he won't get his just due until probably 15, 20 years from now.
You really. Good.
Just the way
that one line to right field at the wall, right on schedule. Barry Bonds, 1 home run every 10 times up. That was 10. See you later. It's 2-0 Giants.
On a 1-2 pitch for 23 and a 1-2.
As in playing and announcing, it's better to be lucky.
I think, Gary, we boarding a plane right after this game and going to Vegas. We're going to ride your luck as far as we can. I mean, Barry has to reach for this ball a little bit, but because he has such great position, he keeps his weight back, and he doesn't hit it 450 feet, but he gets enough of it because of the position that his body is in. He still has enough weight behind him to still drive the ball.
23rd home run of the year for Bonds. And the Giants have a 2-0 lead. And believe it or not, that's their first hit of the ball game. Stephenson had given up a run on walks, but Bonds gets the first hit, his 636th. 636 for Bonds. A line drive. Foul back by Santiago and an 0-2 count. He doesn't just hit home runs. He hits memory-making home runs. Sometimes towering fly balls into the water. Sometimes just screaming yellow memes that go flying over walls on an upshoot.
I mean, he's the most feared hitter in the game. I mean, I don't see anyone that gets pitched around as much as Barry. And it's not like the other teams think that, well, if we pitch to him, he may get a hit. They're thinking if we pitch to him, he's going to hit it out the ballpark. You see him get walked sometimes when he's the go-ahead run, and they'll walk him.
Chopper to short, Renteria. New Santiago is a fairly slow runner and takes time to make the throw to get the out. One down here in the 4th inning. That is going to be the 17th home run surrendered by Stephenson. That has been a problem for him this year, a serious one. Bonds gets it off him. It's only the 6th out of the 17 that have been hit by a left-hander off Stephenson. And the Giants have the 2-0 lead as a result of it. Cruz drew a walk his first time up. Fouls that off the end of the bat. We were talking about MVP and the fact Bonds won it last year, and Pujols probably would have if Bonds hadn't been playing. The same thing may happen again this year. I mean, Pujols is putting up unbelievable numbers for the Cardinals. There's a towering fly ball down the right field line towards that fair pole, and it is fouled. But if Bonds continues the season he's having again right now, Pujols is going to face Bonds for that MVP voting probably.
Yeah, but you know what? Pujols is getting a lot of attention for his accomplishments, and that may be the difference. It may, swing in his favor this year. I mean, he's doing something incredible this year.
Well, if he wins a Triple Crown,
then you have to give it to him.
Then you got to give it.
You have to give it to him. Unfortunately, normally there's only one MVP, but you may have 2 or 3 guys that have MVP type seasons. And Bonds will have had an MVP type season this season, but if he wins a Triple Crown, you got to give it to him.
Foul back.
Heck, even if he doesn't win the Triple Crown, I mean, if he continues at the pace that he's hitting now, I mean, hitting 380, I mean, not only does he have the home runs, not only does he have the 23 homers, he has 29 doubles. I mean, he's on pace to hit 50-something, 60 doubles to go along with 40-something homers. I mean, that's driving the ball.
Yep. That one is popped up to second base again. Hart. Cruz retired, and there are 2 away here in the 4th inning. Yeah, if the voting were held today, I don't think there's any question Pujols would take it.
He would definitely have it today. And
but we're not halfway through the season yet.
That's
right?
true, but as long as this team continues to play well, stay in contention, there'll be a lot of focus on their ball club. And if he continues to perform the way he's performing, you just never know what might happen, Garrett.
Yep, you're right. Feliz goes after the first pitch and fouls it back. 2 down, bases empty. Pedro Feliz drew a walk his first time up. A 2-0 lead for the Giants, who are trying to take the first 3 games of the season series against the Cardinals and do it on St. Louis's home turf. Overhand fastball misses inside. The Giants have won an equal number of games, 25 on the road as they have at home. While the Cardinals have played better ball at home, 25-17. They're 4 under 500 on the road. 1-1 delivery. Another overhand pitch off the end of the bat. Renteria's got to hustle this one. Running throw. He's got him. Good play. Feliz retired. But leadoff batter. This is the man who has scored both runs in this game, and on that one, the dinger, his 23rd of the year. Giants up 2-0.
Watch the WNBA All-Star Game, Saturday, July 12th on ABC.
While you're overcooking that meat on the barbecue this 4th of July, we hope you'll be watching some baseball with us. Mets and Reds will kick it off ESPN 1 o'clock. Red Sox Yankees 4 o'clock ESPN 2. Diamondbacks Dodgers 9 o'clock ESPN 2. All coming up July 4. David Justice, I'm Gary Thorne. Great to have you along here in St. Louis, where the Giants have a 2-0 lead. Roland, Renteria, and Martinez are due up for the Cardinals. Called out on strikes his first time up. Roland takes that to short on 1 hop. Aurelia was deep. 1 down, and we'll check in again with Reese and Rob. Gentlemen.
All right, guys, the All-Star balloting ends at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Somebody better start clicking Vernon Wells in a hurry.
Yeah, what a 1-2 punch. Wells and Delgado combined 49 home runs and 170 RBIs, Reese.
Here is Delgado for the second time in the game against the Tigers. He's got 28. Vernon Wells 10th in the All-Star balloting, by the way, on finished lobby. 6-1, Jays.
Wow. Swung on a miss, Renteria. Speaking of the All-Star balloting, the voting ends today. The announcement of the All-Star team, the selections, fans voting the starters, will come on Sunday. Here's a man who wants to be in it, Edgar Renteria. He wants to be the first Colombian ball player voted as a starter for the Major League All-Star game. He's been on All-Star teams, but has been selected to be there, never voted in. And as of the last count, he had a very slim lead for the shortstop job.
So I guess we'll see here shortly. But it'll be a wonderful accomplishment. I know he really wants it. You know, he's so proud of where he's from. And, you know, he comes from a big family. You know, soccer was his first sport. He didn't want to play baseball, believe it or not. But, you know, he's a fine young player. He's made himself into a really good player. And he's starting to get a little bit more notice, too. I mean, we always hear about Garcia Parra, and we hear about Jeter and A-Rod, and obviously deservingly so, but as well as Miguel Tejada. But he's another guy that you have to throw his name in there, too, when you start talking about all-around shortstops in this game.
He's only 27, and it's his 8th Major League season. I mean, that's a lot of experience in some tender years. And at a very tough position, obviously, to play with a championship ball club in Florida. Then traded away. And Renteria works at it.
Yeah, we were joking before the game about, you know, he got the game-winning hit. I was on that Cleveland Indians ball club, you know, that he beat us. And I told him he owes me a ring. You know, and we were joking about that.
I bet the answer wasn't positive on that day, just a guess.
No, we were just laughing. I told him I'll just go ahead and keep my 2 that I have.
1 ball, 2 strike count. And Renteria says, at the end of this year, I'll match it. Chopper down to third. Edgardo Alfonso circles for the angle and gets the out. David Justice, of course, Cleveland Indians, Atlanta Braves, lots of postseason play. And you're a believer, we were talking about it earlier, veterans make a difference when you're talking about getting to that and getting into and playing in the postseason.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, veterans, they have the experience. I mean, they've been in a lot of tough battles, so that, you know, just another tough battle, you know, they're used to it. You know, whereas a lot of young players who haven't been in the fire, you know, have never had to handle that type of situation, you know, sometimes don't handle it too well.
I'm a believer in that as well. More you see of all sports, when you get to tough situations, the veterans make a difference. And you need them around a ball club. Here's one of them. Tino Martinez takes a pitch inside. He singled his first time up. 5 for 8 in the series. 2-0 count, 2 down. Little switch on here for the left-handed hitter. Strike on the inside corner. After a tough start with the first 2 hitters of the game, Jerome Williams. Pretty good numbers. 2-1 delivery. That was a 9-iron.
Well, he's starting to settle down, and he's still mixing up his pitches. Had Tino in a 2-0 fastball situation. Threw him a fastball right at the knees on the corner. So he's starting to make some pitches.
2-1 strike count, 2 away. Martinez waiting on him. Thought about it. Another pitch inside. They want it checked at third, and it's a strike. Wow. Jerry Davis racks up Martinez. A 1-2-3 inning.
And this is why home field advantage in the World Series means everything.
Now, for the first time ever, the league that wins the All-Star game will earn home field advantage in the World Series. The stakes are raised. The intensity is back. This time, it counts.
Giants lead at 2-0, and unhappy Tino Martinez, who got called out on strikes. So a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th for Williams. Now we go to the 5th inning. Edgardo Alfonso for the Giants. Sacrifice fly and an RBI. Still looking for his first hit off Stephenson, and 0 for 10 against him lifetime. 30 RBIs on the year now. Alfonso takes it in the dirt for a ball. Alfonso has struggled throughout his career with a bad back that has affected his ability to bend and hit, and has affected, really necessitated a change in the strike zone, at least pitchers he'll go after. That back continues to bother him.
Well, here's the check swing by Tito Martinez. And what happens is, because you haven't faced a pitcher like Williams, they don't have a really good read on his breaking ball. So they don't know yet, where it's going to end up. Once they start seeing more and more of his breaking balls, you'll see less and less swings like that.
Lazy fly ball. That'll be hauled in. Alfonso retired. Edmonds with it, and let's check in again with Reese and Rob.
And on the one-year anniversary, the Major League record for home runs in a day was 62. We're keeping up with the homers. Brian Giles for the 9th time.
And just think, if he hadn't gotten hurt with that injury early in the season, how many home runs he'd probably have.
Reds and Pirates tied at 1 at the bottom of the 5th, and the big hurt putting number 19 on the board. Wimpy?
Well, besides Magglio Ordonez, one of the most consistent Sox all year.
Big Hurt getting the Sox on the board.
Yeah.
And playing first base. They have discovered, as the numbers have shown over the years, he hits better when he plays, even though he himself would probably rather be a DH. And boy, La Russa's upset on that call. Saying, how come if Martinez had a check swing called strike, that wasn't the same thing? Williams 1-1. La Russa started up the steps on that one. Breaking ball, strike taken. He did not like the call on Martinez, and he did not like the non-call right there. He is, as you can see, has interest in the telephone stock companies as he tries to develop a need for a new phone over there. Williams is gone. Strikeout number 3 for Stephenson. Tony still get in the games? Oh, yeah. You come here for one reason, to win. And everything that affects that affects a good manager.
Well, he just understands the importance of this series, and he wants to win. And sometimes when things aren't going his way, it shows on him.
Davey Perez, leadoff batter up there against Stephenson. 2 down, nobody on. The Giants have outscored the Cardinals 12-2 so far in these 3 games. And that's against the #1 offensive team in the National League, the St. Louis Cardinals. He's so far being shut down. Perez is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Loops that one out to left center. Pujols is there, and that will retire the side. So Stephenson retires the side in order. Both these pitchers starting to get it done. Can you say buy some new phones?
Judgment Day, the end of the world. It's today, 3 hours from now.
This year,
oh God, she's coming.
He'll be programmed to destroy.
GH has corrupted my system.
The one he is sworn to defend.
Get away from me, now!
You don't want to do this!
I am a machine.
Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Rated R, now playing.
A Barry Bonds home run and a sac fly by Edgardo Alfonso that scored Bonds, and the Giants have a 2-0 lead. Only 3 combined hits in this game. The breaking ball is taken for a strike. Leading it off for the Cardinals in the 5th inning, their catcher, Chris Widger. Matheny getting a night off, the usual starter behind the plate. Stephenson, the pitcher, and then Bo Hart, the leadoff batter, to follow. Matheny will be back in the lineup. He's the Iron Man for him behind the plate, but with a day game tomorrow, good time to give him a blow. And just coming off the DL, Widger, and give him a chance to get into a game. Tony La Russa was talking about that before tonight's game, David. This is the time of the year the dog days start setting in for players, and you need to give them a rest a little bit and get other guys in.
Right, and that, it's tough to do, especially when you're really trying to win ball games, is deciding who to rest and when to rest them. But you're right, it's kind of a delicate situation, because you don't want to rest too many guys, because then you're messing with your chances of winning ball games. So, but you're right. I mean, especially here in St. Louis, where it's gets really hot, really humid. You gotta find days to rest your players.
2-2 count on Widger. Williams has walked 2, struck out 4, misses with that one. The other part of that is managers today, for the most part, want to get everybody in a ball game once in a while. They don't like guys sitting on the bench for long periods of time not playing. You hear managers talk about that over and over in this day and age about keeping everybody in the game.
Yeah, but I think that's more of a National League thing than an American League thing. Because in the American League, you see the same lineup over and over. You have guys that go 2 weeks without even seeing an at-bat. It does happen. Nationally, you can't because of the double switching, because of the pinch hitting. You have to keep your guys fresh. You don't face those problems, in the American League.
Good point. That one down the line in left field. Hit a ton, but it's going to be a foul ball, 3-2. Saw articles being written again as they are this time of the year, David, all at the All-Star game. Should the DH be used or not used in the All-Star game no matter where it's played?
Yeah, I think it should be used because nobody comes to the All-Star game to see the pitchers hit. So go ahead and let the DH, have a DH and, let them get their swings. I mean, you'd rather see Edgar Martinez hit than to see, Kurt Schilling or Garrett Stephenson or, some of these guys. Heck, all of them. You'd rather see, Edgar Martinez.
Strikeout there. Want to remind you, coming up tonight, part of our doubleheader, 10 Eastern, ESPN2, Miguel Tejada, the A's, looking to gain some ground in Ichiro and the American League West leading Mariners. And Keith Jackson, is going to be on hand. Calling a little bit of baseball tonight, the A's and Mariners. And then we'll be right back with you, ESPN2 day game tomorrow with these two clubs going at it again here as they'll wrap up this 4-game series. Stephenson takes a strike. 5 strikeouts for Williams in the game. He has struck out the last 2 hitters that he's faced. Stephenson had a single his last time up. Thought about going after it. Takes it outside. 2-1-0 for the Giants. 0-2-0 for the Cardinals. 2 offensively minded teams with pitching dominating so far in this game.
But it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah.
Hasn't been pretty. I mean, there's been a lot of walks, here and there.
Hit batter.
Hit batter. But then you look at the scoreboard, and we're only talking about 3 hits total for both teams.
Williams has thrown 2 balls out of the ball game I've watched, and he threw both of them over at the Cardinals. Now, I know the guy collecting the balls must be over there, but rarely have I seen the opposing pitcher on the mound when he wants a new baseball throw it towards the opposing bench. Now, there's the ball boy who's picking those up, but there's a ball boy on the other side, too. But he keeps throwing them over there, and twice he's almost hit the guy in the on-deck circle. 2-2 delivery, foul back.
And see, that's one of the things that he'll learn as a major league pitcher. Which side to throw the balls to.
I mean,
there's a lot of things to learn in this game.
I'm telling you, it just stuck out there. You're watching. He got a baseball he didn't like, and he threw it towards the Cardinal dugout. And I was like, what's wrong with this picture? The 2-2 delivery. He got him. 3 strikeouts in a row, 6 in the game. And there are 2 down. Want to remind you, the fan, can now vote on who should win an ESPY. Barry Bonds is a nominee for the best Major League Baseball player. The polls are open, ESPN.com. Keyword ESPY. Log on. You've got to July 16 to vote. And Bonds will be there as one of those you can select. 7 strikeouts now for Williams. And he struck out both so far here in the 5th. Bo Hart has been hit by a pitch and flied to center field. Hart will take the strike on the inside corner. The second base position is his to hold on to until they can get Fernando Vina back to start there. Did he go? Check it first. No. That's a make good.
I think he went further than any of the other ones.
There's another one. Look at this. 3rd ball he's thrown over here.
Gary's just trying to get rid of him.
I know. He's going to hit somebody in that on-deck circle, and the bat's going to come flying the other way. 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball outside. And we said you might want to have got to him early when he ran into trouble, because right now he's not entirely settled down, but he's got 13 2/3 consecutive without giving anything up. He shut out the A's in his last start. Down to 3rd, backhand. Alfonso drops it, gets it, throws it up the mark. Good play by Feliz to make sure that didn't go any further. Base hit for Hart. Surprised?
Well, I'm surprised because Alfonso didn't have to take but one step to his right. Ball that appeared to hit off the heel. Yeah, it only takes a couple steps. He just didn't catch it, and then he rushed the throw. He may have had a little bit more time, with his throw. As you can see there, Hart's not even in the picture yet.
I agree with you. I think that probably is an error, but it's not. Goes as a base hit, so Hart is on. Palmeiro up. 2 down. Palmeiro has walked twice. That sidearm delivery over to first base. So Hart hits a screaming line drive to center that Grissom catches because he's playing shallow. He hits a 3-hopper to third. He's on base.
That's some good home cooking, though. That's
you like that?
Oh, that's the type of guy I need in my whole career. Up in the booth, giving me hits like that.
Well, they say the only difference between hitting 275 and 300 is a couple hits in 2 weeks.
Man, you can find a scorekeeper like that one right there. You got to really put him on the payroll. Keep him with you. When you get traded, take him with you.
Take him with you. Palmeiro finally gets a pitch. It's outside for a ball. Palmeiro making his 20th start in right field with J.D. Drew available, but an injured knee keeping him out of the starting lineup. 1-0 count. Palmeiro is such a good bunter. Edgardo Alfonso, even with 2 down, is playing in at third base.
And he's having his toughest time pitching to Palmeiro. He's walked him twice, seemed to can't find a strike zone against him.
Amazing, huh? 13 pitches and 10 of them have been out of the strike zone. Might you want to take, or do you think you're going to get one groove down the middle? 2-0 delivery. Takes inside corner strike, 2-1. Palmeiro's had a hit in this series, 1 for 3. Hart at first base, not a big lead. Two-1 delivery. Fastball right there again, and that was there. 2-2.
Yeah, see, that's another quality, or I say a common characteristic of a young pitcher. They'll throw 2 balls out of strike zone and then come back and paint you with 2 fastballs on the corner. And he's done a great job that when he's put himself on the ropes a little bit tonight, he's been able to make the pitches to get himself out of the trouble.
Palmeiro takes that away. Well, the 34-year-old veteran hitter works the count now to 3-2 with 2 down. Hart will be going at first base, so he gets that extra jump on any base hit. Outfield in a couple of steps on Palmeiro because he's not noted, as we said, for driving the ball. See the first baseman Feliz move behind the runner.
He has to challenge him right here. Here's a guy who doesn't hit home runs. You don't want to put him on. Just give him something to hit.
Hart goes, and that one hit in the air to right field. Cruz will haul it in. Palmeiro retired, no runs, a base hit, and 1 left on. Bonds, who scored both of the runs for the Giants, will be due up third. Welcome back, everybody. Barry Bonds waiting in the hole as we go to the 6th inning. The Giants with a 2-0 lead, even though they've had only 1 hit in the game off Garrett, Stephenson. Fastball is taken up high. Aurelia, Grissom, and Bonds. Aurelia's gone 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. Injuries to the veteran Aurelia. Saw his numbers slide last year. And those numbers have, for the most part, stayed down again so far this year. And again, he's been out of the lineup with an abdominal strain over the last week. So trying to find the offense that he had a couple of years ago and throughout most of his career.
Right, injuries just have played a part. They've hurt him, actually. And he's just trying to get back to where he was. I mean, anytime you have injuries, what injuries do is they don't allow you to work as hard as you would normally work when you're healthy. If you have an injury to your elbow or to your hands, you can't go into the batting cage and take extra swings because you have an injury there. You have to save your swings, for the game.
Pops that one up outside of first. And there'll be no play.
No, especially for guys who like to go in and do a lot of extra hitting. because you're working on your game. In the game of baseball, you have to work on your game every day. And when you have injuries, you just can't put in the type of work, to make yourself better. And that's how guys feel. So right now, he's trying to get back to, first trying to maintain health, and then work himself back to the player that he was a few years ago.
He had 324 the year before last, 257 last year. Home runs cut in half. RBIs took a huge dip from 97 to 61. Native of Brooklyn, St. John's University. Aurelia now 31 years old. Look out. Oh my gosh. That's chin music, sports fans.
Well, he just tried to go with a fastball inside, lock him up, and just got it too far up and in. Obviously not trying to hit him. You don't want to put him on base. But just got away from him a little bit.
Breaking ball down and away?
No, I'll say fastball.
3-2, and he lines that one into the gap in right field, but it'll be hauled in. Delmero over to get it one down. Reese and Rob.
White Sox with all of those new faces, Gary. It's the old guys who are doing the business against the Twins. First, the big hurt, then Brian Dahlback.
With Paul Konerko scuffling this year, Brian Dahlback signed in the offseason. Great acquisition by Kenny Williams. I think he's related to George Washington.
I don't know how. 4-4, Twins and White Sox in the 5th.
It's still cold in Chicago by the looks of that bullpen.
Yeah, but they're excited about the moves that were made. I talked to the big hurt, and he told me, they're ready for a push in this second half.
They were expected by many to win that division before the season started. And they may very well do that yet. Marquise Grissom at the plate. 0-1 count, one down. Breaking ball. Big yacker over the top. One away. A 2-0 Giant lead. Barry Bonds waiting in the on-deck circle. A homer tonight, a walk, and 2 runs scored for him. Missed outside with it. And Grissom, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game, 2 for 10 in the series, has a 2-1 strike count. Marquise, an outstanding center fielder throughout his career. Where he's been, generally teams have won. Grounded to short. Renteria. 2 down. Before Barry's last at bat, Bonds hits a home run once every 10 times up. This is his 10th time up since he had his last home run. Are you ready? That one line to right field at the wall, right on schedule. Barry Bonds, 1 home run every 10 times up. That was 10. See you later. I got to pay him after the game.
I just want to hear what you're going to call right now.
Nothing. You quit when you're on. You said we're going to Vegas.
Oh, so you win.
When I win, see you, bud.
Okay.
I'm out of here. We don't let them ride. Oh, no. I did that in the stock market once.
so you the kind of guy wins one game of blackjack and stop playing?
I'm out of here. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Solo home run. The other time he'd walked, he fouls that one off, and a 1 ball, 2 strike count. How do you like it when your statistician passes you a note that says every blind pig finds an acorn once in a while? Is that cruel? That is cruel.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Oh, now you're on me. It's 2-1. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Bonds. Sorry, Barry and I know. We understand. 23 home runs on the season for Bonds. They've got the shift on. Infield, only 1 on the left side. That one towards Renteria, the shortstop. And they get the out. So 3 up and 3 down. These 2 pitchers have settled in, Stephenson and Williams. When we come back, another day and another time, Giants Cardinals 87. We're going in.
We ride together, we die together. You all right, man?
Bullets. No.
All that was for nothing.
Wait, hold up. We did some of it.
Well, I was at a family barbecue.
Rated R. In theaters July 18th.
Back here in a beautiful summer evening with the July 4 holiday closing in on us. A 2-0 lead for the Giants. As we talked about earlier, there are many who feel Pujols is the one, and for lots and lots of offensive reasons. He has taken an 0 for 2 in the ball game, now 0 for 12 overall and 0 for 10 in this series, as he has had the Giant pitching shut him down so far. There goes the bat. Foul ball, and he'll need some new lumber.
And he's only hitting 379 after that 0 for 12, so maybe they may give him a couple days off, you know, to think about it. No, he just got out in front of this ball a little bit and hit off the end of the bat. That's what caused the break. Got some new lumber.
0-2 count on him. That didn't miss by much. Williams tantalizing on that outside corner with it.
Well, Benito really wanted that one. I mean, that was a pitch right on the knees, on the outside part of the plate. But those type of pitches you get when you're hitting 379.
1-2 delivery to him. He'll reach out, foul that one back. Keeps the count at a ball and 2 strikes. He has been held hitless in back-to-back starts for only the 2nd time this season. He did not have a hit in the first 2 games. He does not have one here. 1 ball, 2 strike counts. Such are the pressures of when you're leading the world in hitting. Taken outside.
But also to his defense, I know last night he hit a couple balls hard. You know, he just didn't have any luck, but he did hit a couple balls hard last night.
Albert Pujols, 2 ball, 2 strike count. Strokes that one to left field, way back. David Justice, he hit that hard. Bond's there at the wall. It curved back a bit. Pujols out of there, and a 1 down here in the 6th inning. These 2 teams have met up in championship play before. Game 7, 1987. Jose Oquendo to left field, not noted as a home run hitter. That would be all they needed, as the Giants were beaten in that ball game. The Cardinals recording the final out of that Game 7 to move on to the World Series. Breaking ball in the dirt.
And as you see, this is the 3rd time around. You know, guys are starting to put better swings. That was a much better at bat for Pujols than his previous 2. And now you just tell you, we'll see now if Edmonds and if Rowland and if Renteria and those guys start taking better swings now that they've seen more pitches from this young kid.
1-0 delivery to Jim Edmonds, and Edmonds took a big rip at it and missed it. Edmonds is 0 for 2. The Giants have only 1 hit, the home run picked up by Bonds, but they have the 2-0 lead. The Cardinals have had 3 singles. Martinez, the pitcher Stephenson, and Bo Hart. That's been it for the Cardinals. 4 total hits. 1-1 delivery. Edmonds fouls it back. He has struck out and flied out to left field. He had a 7-game hit streak that got ended in last night's affair.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if Williams comes with that breaking ball now again, because he's done a great job of getting ahead with his fastball changeup on some of these guys, and then he throws that breaking ball, not really showing it to him a lot, and throwing it with 2 strikes to see if he get him to chase.
What he does with a 1-2 delivery.
See, that's his plan right now against some of these guys, is if he can get to 2 strikes without having to throw them a lot of breaking balls, it serves to his advantage. And that's what he did. Tried to get him right there with a breaking ball, and he was, you know, Evans was able to foul it off.
90 pitches thrown so far. 1-2 delivery, and Edmonds, he looks like he's thinking inside to protect that. A ball away, and he couldn't get around on it in time.
See, what Williams is doing a great job of is he's starting to pitch around the strike zone. He's throwing away, he's throwing in, he's throwing sliders low and in, he's throwing changeups low and away. He's moving the ball around, you know, and trying to keep these guys off balance.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Taken down low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Cardinals came into the series having scored 13 runs in each of 2 consecutive games against the Royals. They have had one of the strangest sets of numbers, David, I've ever seen. In the last 30 games, the St. Louis Cardinals have only won games when they have scored 8 or more runs. And they have lost games without scoring more than 4. They've had nothing in between for 30 games. It's either been 8 or more or 4 or fewer. And if it's 8 or more, they win. And if 4 or fewer, they lose. That's one of the strangest streaks I've ever heard of. And I asked Tony La Russa, and obviously he says, I don't know. So I don't know what we're doing.
Sometimes we just don't have the answers for certain questions.
That was one of them. A 3-ball, 2-strike count here on Jim Edmonds. A towering fly ball, left center field. Bonds. Ball came in a little bit. Couple of fly ball outs here. Let's again check in with Reese and Rob.
Pedro against the Devil Rays, men on the corners, and with this strikeout of Marlon Anderson, Pedro will tie Cy Young for second on the Sox all-time K list.
But he's still 1,249 behind Roger Clemens.
Gaining ground, though, gaining ground. 2 down here. Gary Thorne, David Justice, and our crew. ESPN Wednesday Night Baseball from St. Louis. 2 away, nobody on. Rolling up 0 for 2. Starts him out with an off-speed curveball that misses inside. Ball 1. The Cardinals continue to try to find some offense here as Williams is shutting it down. 1-0 fastball, the outside corner for a strike. He's really started to pitch in this game, has he not, Dave?
Yeah, and he's starting to move the ball around the strike zone. He's throwing fastballs. He's throwing his slider. He's throwing his changeup. And Benito's doing a great job, I think, of calling this game. I mean, you see this at bat right here. He's throwing him a breaking ball, comes back with a fastball. He's doing a great job of getting into the heads of these Cardinals hitters that he's not pitching in a pattern. And that's because of Benito, the way he's calling this game.
Rolling with a 1-2 delivery to him, and he fouls that one back.
The best thing as a hitter is when you catch a pitcher that pitches in patterns. You know, he might throw a fastball in, and every time after he throws a fastball in, he likes to throw a changeup away. And when you see that, then you're ready for that. When you throw your fastball in, you kill the next pitch. But when you have a veteran catcher like Benito, you know, who understands the game so well, has caught so many games as a young pitcher, you know, just throw to the mitt. I'll call the game, you throw to the mitt. And the way he's working Rolling, and the way he worked Edmonds in that last at bat, I thought was masterful.
You can see the hitters are off balance by the swings they're taking. Not getting particularly strong cuts off here. 1-2 delivery to Rolling again, a breaking ball. That one's top foul outside of third base. Keep in mind that Williams is coming off that 9-inning performance against Oakland, the 6-0 win. He shut him out on 7 hits. And he's hit the 100-pitch mark now in this game. But maybe better than he was earlier in the game. 1-2, foul back again. He has been fought off by Edmonds and Rolling here on these at-bats, but he has still so far won the battles. Rolling trying to find one to launch here with nobody on and 2 down. Edmonds took a 9-pitch at bat. Rolling, this will be the 8th pitch to him. And a silo shot to Santiago. And he's got it. So the heart of the Cardinals order, 3 through 6. They are now 0 for 11 in this game against Jerome Williams. Giants lead at 2-0.
His personal hell.
He said, I really don't want to die.
His public controversy.
He's been tested more than any other athlete.
His triumph over it all.
He said, well, you have to make your own miracle.
Lance Armstrong. Sports Century. Premieres 8 p.m. Monday on ESPN Classic.
And we've been talking about behind the plate will now stand at it. Benito Santiago 0 for 2. He is flying out and grounded out. 2 hits in 10 at-bats so far. Garrett Stephenson and Jerome Williams locked up in a pitching duel. That's going to be in the corner in left field. Pujols giving chase, plays it around the wall. Santiago will go in on a leadoff double here in the 7th inning. Davis and Dibble.
Just showed you a Pedro Martinez milestone to remember. This is a moment to forget against Aubrey Huff.
Well, that was the 147th home run that Pedro's given up in his career. Cy Young only gave up 138.
But on the positive side, Huff, a potential all-star candidate for the Rays, is 3-3 in the 6th.
Devil Rays played Boston tough. Gee. Benito Santiago's got an 11-game hit streak now, and he is on with a leadoff double there in the 7th inning. Just the 2nd Giant hit. Bonds had the home run in the 4th inning. Now Stephenson working here with the Giants leading 2-0, and the leadoff man at second Jose Cruz looking for signs here. Roland has moved in at third. They're looking for the bunt. Renteria, the shortstop, is behind second base. Pitch is taken away.
And this is a situation where Cruz wants to get a ball that he can pull. At worst, you know, a ground ball, something that he can get Benito over to third base. Play small baseball because this is still only a 2-run game.
A 2-0 count. Cruz a check. Delivery by Stephenson. That one down low. How about the calls made by Benito Santiago last inning behind the plate? Santiago, David pointing out, knows how to call a ball game.
Oh, yeah, and that's why he means so much to the staff, because it's nothing like having a veteran catcher back there, you know, who can take a hold of a young kid and just say, listen, I'll call the game for you. You hit my mitt. I know the hitters, and I'll be the one out here watching the hitter, watching how he's striding, and calling this game.
Pitch is taken for his strike, and that has really helped Williams as the game has gone along. And now Santiago may help him offensively as he's out there at second base with nobody out. And a 3-ball 1-strike count on Cruz. Pedro Feliz and then Edgardo Alfonso are due up for the Giants. The 3-1 pitch. He chopped it down to first. He's going to get the runner moved up. Martinez the play. Runner at third and one away.
So you look the way he pitched to Edmonds. Starting off, this pitch was just fastball in. Now he goes with fastball away. Now he comes back in. He's moving it around the strike zone. Now he throws the breaking ball. Now he goes away again. Now he comes in, and this pitch right here was the one I thought he got him. Right there was a great call by Benito, because the tendency is to go back away. But see how he moved the ball in, he moved it out, he threw him sliders, moved it around the strike zone. And that's what you need to do as a pitcher. Never stay in one area of the strike zone for too long, because if you do, guys will hammer you. Move it all around the strike zone, make a guy expand his vision within the strike zone, and you got a better chance of getting him out. And that's what Jerome Williams has been doing.
And maybe getting even tougher as it goes along through the lineup, David. Now the infield is drawn in with one away. Santiago on at third base. Pedro Feliz has walked and grounded out. The Cardinals will try and cut this run off. Feliz, when he's been given a chance this season, has been terrific. 355 with runners in scoring position. That's 11 for 31, including 4 home runs in these situations. 2-0 count.
Yeah, they've been getting production all throughout this team, all throughout this lineup.
Breaking ball away that he fans at with a big cut on Stephenson's breaking ball. 2-ball 1-strike count on Feliz. Edgardo Alfonso waiting on deck. So let's see if they can pick up a run here. Santiago walking his lead off at third base. The 2-1 delivery. Jammed him. Roland coming over. Couldn't get there. There was a play to be made on that. They couldn't get there in time. That's one of those outs you really want to get. Now the bullpen will now get active. This is the first action we've seen in the bullpen with Cal Albert up, the right-hander for the Cardinals. Tony La Russa getting ready just in case. Stephenson has given up the 2 runs on just 2 hits. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Feliz, 2-2 delivery. Another one hit in the air. That's deep to left field. That is on the warning track at the wall. Santiago tags up, will easily score. Sac fly. RBI for Feliz, and a 3-0 Giant lead. Let's go back and take a look with Reese and Rob.
Interested parties in that game. Certainly the Cincinnati Reds, who started the night just 3.5 out. Russell Brandon against the Bucks.
Reese, the Reds have given up 111 home runs. They've hit 108.
One right there brings them to within a run. It's 3-2 in the 7th.
Reds have been one of the best comeback teams in baseball through the first half of this season. They are winning a ton of games in their final at bat and in their last half inning. 3-0 lead here. 20 last at bat wins for Cincinnati on the year. 1-0 delivery. Edgardo Alfonso, bases clear, 2 down. What is in baseball called the manufactured run. The leadoff double by Santiago. Cruz with a ground ball to move him to third. And then Pedro Feliz delivers the sac fly to bring him home. Stevenson's breaking ball hit in the air to left field, left center. Center fielder over Edmonds is there, and he'll haul it in. Alfonso retired. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Can you stand it? Pasquarelli, dibble. All right, put left when we come back. Number 700. And Jeff Garcia throws an octopus onto the ice.
The ESPY Awards, celebrating our love of sports. July 16th at 9 p.m., presented by GMC.
Time now for the 7th inning stretch. Our closer, Rob Dibble, our researcher extraordinaire, Peter Pasquarelli. The topic for tonight, the trades that the White Sox have made, picking up Robbie Alomar and Carl Everett. Are they the contender and the leading contender in the AL Central?
Well, you know, Reese, I think they were already a contender, but now you go a 244 hitting team, second worst hitting team in the major leagues. You get Robbie Alomar, who's going to the Hall of Fame, who's one of the best second basemen of all time. Carl Everett's having a great offensive year, so you get a lot of runs are going to be scored, a lot of good support in the lineup. Maybe you can get Paul Konerko to get out of his season-long slump, and hopefully this will really give the pitchers a lot of confidence.
Well, Dibs, that's I disagree in just about every possible way. But first of all, you know, it's in my way of thinking, you can't be a contender until you're a 500 team, which the White Sox aren't yet. But that's the other problem. Robbie Alomar has been a shadow of himself for almost a year and a half now in New York. Whether he can turn the switch and all of a sudden is a great player again, I have serious questions about. He doesn't go after balls anymore. He doesn't play hard. And Carl Everett, he'll be great for that clubhouse chemistry. He'll make Frank Thomas look like, you know, Norman Vincent Peale, Mr. Positive.
Well, no more white flag for the White Sox. They have the attack flag out. Whether it works out, you guys differ on that opinion. We will see throughout the stretch run of the season, guys.
And back here in St. Louis, foul back Edgar Renteria, 7th inning stretch.
And we all have our opinions.
You're learning it. A very neutral response there. Just laid it out.
Well, I think in my opinion, I think it's going to be great for Chicago. You know, I don't think Robbie was happy in New York.
No. There's a question about that, and I don't think he ever adjusted to National League pitching.
No, I mean, I think he's going to do wonders for that Chicago ball club. He's back with his brother. It's like a fresh start for him.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Edgar Renteria. The Cardinals still trying to find a way. They are being shut out. They've scored only 2 runs in 3 games against the Giants staff. Renteria leading it off here will be followed by Martinez and Widger. Renteria's gone 0 for 2 in the ball game. Cardinals' best chances came early. They left 2 on in both the first and second innings. Here they'll get a leadoff single. So Renteria is on his first hit of the series. It opens up the 7th inning with their 3rd hit. Fourth hit. Now let's see if they can do anything with it. Now the bullpens will get ready just in case for both sides. Edgar Martinez has had one of the 4 hits of the Cardinals. He has singled and been called out on strikes. This is a ball club that leads the world in extra base hits. They've got singles, 4 of them. That's it so far off Williams. Strike on the inside corner. Joe Nathan, Scott Air warming up. Williams has done a magnificent job here. A couple of walks, 7 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. No runs, 4 hits. That'll be taken down low for a ball. Oh, Martinez trying to get on to get that potential tying run to the plate in this 3-0 game.
And Williams is starting to fatigue a little bit. I mean, he's up over 100 pitches. You know, this will be his last inning if he makes it through this inning.
1 ball, 1 strike, 109 pitches thrown. And he's up high with that, 2-1. That was an almost come-get-me pitch.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's fatigued. I mean, he's done a great job. He's taken him into the 7th inning. Now it's time to hand it over to his bullpen.
21-year-old right-hander looking for his 3rd win in this, his 7th major league start. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Runner at first base. Fastball just came in with it, challenged him.
And that was great location right there on that fastball. I mean, it's outer part of the plate on the corner. But like I said, this may be his last hitter because he looks to be laboring just a little bit out there.
Renteria faked the go at first base, stayed there. 2-2 count. Runner is going. Pitches down low. There'll be no play. Williams did not look at first base. Stolen base will be credited to Renteria. he's at second. Nobody out.
Well, he's got a huge jump as well as this was a big leg kick. And Benito knew he had no chance of throwing him out.
18 for 21 in stolen bases for Renteria. Widger scheduled up next. 3-ball, 2-strike count. First base now open here. Breaking ball is not open anymore. So that's the third walk, and that should be it for Williams because he is struggling. Want to remind you, we've got more great baseball coming your way tonight. Part of our doubleheader at 10 Eastern, ESPN 2. It'll be the A's looking to gain ground against the Mariners. That will be coming up on ESPN 2 at 10 Eastern. Tomorrow, our day game. These two clubs, game 4 of the series, 2 Eastern from St. Louis. We'll have that for you on ESPN 2 tomorrow. So they gather at the mound. What a job he did. Kerry Robinson has been announced as the pinch hitter for Widger, the catcher. The Cardinals getting the potential tying run to the plate. The bullpen is ready. And so is Alou. So the manager's on his way out. But Jerome Williams will leave the ball game responsible for 2 base runners, having given up no runs on 4 hits. The game goes to the pen. So the 21-year-old right-hander watches now, but a great performance by Jerome Williams. Scott Air is out of the bullpen to try and protect the 3-0 Giant lead. Left-hander. He has been magnificent since coming over from Toronto last year. He finished up strong in the season, and the postseason was outstanding and has continued it here this year. Now, Robinson had already been announced left-handed hitter, and he will bat. He's 1 for 10 against southpaws, 2 on, nobody out. Kerry Robinson bunting. That's why he stayed in. What a bunt. That's going to be a base hit.
And this was a great bunt. Air, he falls off to the right side, which makes him have to run all the way over toward the first base line just to pick it up. And Robinson, with that good speed, really got down the line.
Boy, that's a perfect drag bunt, isn't it?
I mean, it was not only was the bunt great, but the fact that Scott Air, when he delivers the pitch, he falls off toward the third base side, which makes it even tougher for him to have to, get over toward the first base line.
Now we're going to get a double switch as Andres Galarraga is coming out. He will play at first base. And we will go to the bullpen as Air will face only 1 hitter. Mike Matheny's already been announced as the pinch hitter for the Cardinals. He'll be coming on to catch. Nathan.
This 4th of July weekend.
Party time.
Grab a tall one. Fire up the grill. And don't forget the buns.
I got sand in my butt. I can't hardly walk.
Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Those rally caps, sometimes they work. There's one with a dual flip going. Here is Joe Nathan. Out of the bullpen, right-hander, 28 years old. You can see the wins he has put up. 7 relief wins. Leads the majors in that department.
That's a lot of wins coming out of the bullpen, especially so early in the season.
Is he a vulture?
No, man. He might win 15.
He has worked the most games on the staff with 40. He's got the bases loaded. Renteria single. Martinez drew a walk. Then the pinch hitter Robinson a bunt single. Great speed at first base, keep in mind, on any extra base hit. Now Matheny will come on to catch. is pinch hitting for Garrett Stephenson, the starter for the Cardinals. He's had only 2 pinch hit opportunities, 1 for 2 as a pinch hitter, but overall a very fine 272. A couple of triples, 12 doubles included. Mike Matheny waiting. The fastball, he went after it. First pitch, Galarraga, who just came in the game, won't get to it.
And I understand that thinking from Matheny. I mean, you got a pitcher who you know he has to come to you. He has the bases loaded. He just got into the game. The best pitch you may see is that first pitch fastball that he may throw to try to get ahead. Nathan just put it in a good position. He kind of flared at it. Yeah, I can understand him being ready to swing out the chute.
And he was. Now the Giant bullpen's got a task here. Scott Airwork just a 1-hitter, 1 pitch, giving up that bunt single. Bases loaded, nobody out. Matheny, the 0-1 delivery, and that one up the middle. Got a chance for 2. Relay Aurelia, they get it. A double play. Renteria scores. No RBI, but that's what Nathan wanted. The ground ball double play.
And that's exactly what he wanted. I mean, that's a pitcher's best friend in this situation. Got him to chase a fastball away that he hit directly to the shortstop. And what that does for your team, it's a momentum killer. It's a rally killer at times. I mean, yeah, you still got 2 outs and they can still score another run. But now, instead of being in a situation where you could possibly have a huge inning, now you're going to have to really work, to get more runs across.
Matheny, the pinch hitter. And the man who liked it, Williams, has got a chance to win this ball game. Their starter, the Giant starter. Now the top of the order, Bo Hart, runner at third, but 2 down. And the pitch is away, ball 1. So Renteria scores after leading the inning off with a single to get the Cardinals on the board. It's 3-1. Bo Hart has had a single. Hit by a pitch his first time up, and he slid to center. Nathan, right-handers, hitting just 167 off him. 1-0 pitch. Blazer, 1-1.
Joe Nathan has a good arm. I mean, that's 96 miles an hour. He's a nice slider. And he's really throwing it. I mean, I'm sure he's loose tonight in this weather. Hot and muggy in St. Louis.
This bullpen of the Giants goes to work here. 1-1. And a big double play ball. Hart waiting. And that one's taken outside. 2-1 strike count. Cardinals now with their starter Stephenson out after working 7 innings. So they'll turn it over to the bullpen as well. Aldred's the man who's been up and throwing the last couple of innings. Bruce obviously had hoped Matheny coming out as a pinch hitter would be able to deliver some kind of a base hit and give the Cardinals a chance at a big inning. Nathan with a 2-1. Fastball's outside. 3-1 strike count. Palmeiro waiting on deck. Hard hitting in the leadoff spot. There's Palmeiro, the number 2 hitter. Martinez off third base. The 3-1 pitch. Well, the Cardinals get the potential tying run on and the potential go-ahead at the plate. So this Giant bullpen may have to go pretty deep here. Christensen getting ready in the bullpen for the Giants. Jason Christensen, the left-hander, warming up. Another meeting at the mound now. You've got Palmeiro coming up, hitting from the left side, and then the big part, Pujols, Edmonds, Rolen, if you got that far.
Right. I mean, this is a guy that you have to bear down and get. It's Palmeiro, because you definitely don't want to see Pujols, then Edmonds, then Rolen. I mean, this is the situation. These are the situations that guys like Pujols, thrive on. You want to keep him in that on-deck circle, go at Palmeiro, and try to get him.
Now Rodriguez, a right-hander, going to have both a right and a left-hander ready in this lineup. First and third, 2 down. Hard on with the walk. And Nathan now will face Palmeiro. Palmeiro has flied out and been walked twice in the game. Outfield shallow on the slap hitter, who pops that one up down the left field side. Aurelia, the shortstop, in foul territory, will make the play. So Palmeiro is retired, and Nathan, a good job coming out of the bullpen as the Cardinals end up with only one run after having the bases loaded and nobody out. Here are the changes. Kerry Robinson, who came on to pinch hit, stays in right field. Palmeiro coming out of the ball game. Matheny, who is a pinch hitter who hit into that double play, will be working behind the plate. He'll still be batting in the number 9 spot. And Cal Eldred, 35-year-old right-hander out of the bullpen for the Cardinals.
Right, pitched primarily as a starter his whole career. Now called on, at this stage in his career to be a reliever. It's always interesting to see how guys make that transition from being a starter to that bullpen. Maybe having to pitch, you don't know when you're going to pitch, whereas as a starter, you're every 5th day. But he's made the transition nicely for this ball club.
Leads the team with 8 saves. Picking up, obviously, the first of his career this year. So Eldred goes to work here as Andres Galarraga will be leading it off. Giants still with a 3-1 lead. The Giants have not trailed at any of the 3 ball games here in St. Louis. Galarraga fouls that one off, right off the mask, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Turned around to make sure nobody was hurt, because that one, you could hear it way up here in the booth off Matheny. Andres Galarraga has put up some very impressive numbers, getting some work defensively as well. That one off the end of the bat. Veteran thought about retiring, decided otherwise. 308 average, 6 homers, 20 RBIs, and 120 at-bats.
And still solid defensively as well.
You can still pick him over there at first base. 1-ball 2-strike count on Galarraga. Ooh, he thought about it. Check swing. They look to first. No. Brian Knight. The 33,835 join in a chorus of boos, as all good Cardinal fans will do in St. Louis. Galarraga's got a 2-ball 2-strike count. Eldred's delivery, and he misses it, and the count's 3-2. Veteran from a starter to a closer, and quickly. Nothing else going on in between. 3-2 delivery. Galarraga went down and popped that one up. First base side. Martinez, a long run, gets there. Give you a chance to vote the Sunday night poll question. The Diamondbacks and Dodgers will be the game Sunday night, 8 Eastern, here in ESPN. The question: who would you select as the best comeback player? Kevin Brown, Jeff Jenkins, Lopez, Gilmesh is doing a great job on the mound, or Preston Wilson. You can log on to ESPN.com. You'll see the choices there and cast your ballot. David and I obviously are just remaining silent. We don't want to influence your vote. That's a crock. Nathan Perez, a 1-0 count, 1 down. Perez has had an 0 for 3, 2 for 12 in the series. In at third base, Scott Rowland. Perez can bunt. Not this time. Lines that one right center. He's going to get a base hit. That'll fall in that old Bermuda Triangle out there. Robinson picks it up. Perez is on with his first hit of the ball game, and it comes with 1 away in the 8th inning. So the Giants continue to pluck away here. Amazing. They've had only 3 hits in this game. A Bonds home run, a double by Santiago, and a single by Perez. The other 2 scored, obviously. The home run by Bonds, and Santiago scored when he doubled. Bonds also scored on a sac fly earlier by Alfonso for the first Giant run. Rich Aurelia. He thought about it and went after that one. I don't know about check swings anymore, so if you talk about not talking about them, I don't know.
I just think they're flipping a coin down there. I mean, he didn't go on that one. I don't think he did.
Both managers are wondering. Aurelius had an 0 for 3. One down here, 0-1 count. The check swing at this point seems to be where the position of the bat over the plate.
Or how loud the crowd yells.
Okay. That's first. Mine was part A, and David's was part B of the rule.
And part C is all of the above.
1-1. Pujols, Edmonds, and Rowland. They have not had a night yet, but the game is still just 2 runs away, and Rodriguez is getting ready to come on and try and wrap it up. Here's a 1-1 delivery, and that one is fouled outside of first base. And there it will be hauled in. Martinez there to pick it up, and there are 2 down as Perez remains on. So Aurelia retired, and that will bring up the number 3 hitter Marquise Grissom as Eldred, looking to end the 8th inning. 3-3-0 for the Giants, 1-5-0 for the Cardinals. Marquise Grissom has had the 0 for 3, a couple of hits, 11 at bats in the series, and a strike taken. The Giants starting the day 4.5 games up on the Dodgers, while the St. Louis Cardinals were tied with Houston. Identical 43-39 records for the division lead. Waiting. Grissom, the 0-1 delivery, and a chopper to short. Renteria's got the play at second base. Gets it over there and gets it done. No runs, a base hit, and 1 left on. The Cardinals, the meat power of the order, coming up.
Reese Davis, Rob Dibble back with you. Red Sox and Devil Rays tied at 3. Not anymore. Kevin Millar off Jesus Colomé.
Reese Colomé translates to English to deep to left.
At least in that case, like you never gave one of those up.
Only 27, Reese. Only 27.
Red Sox 5-3 in the 8th.
Sox and Yankees in that battle, of course, in the American League East, as usual. Here, pensive Cardinal fans. More reason to be pensive. Felix Rodriguez out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's a hard thrower. He runs it up there in excess of 95, 96 miles an hour with a hard slider to boot.
It's been said of his repertoire, David Justice, it's hard and harder.
Yes, exactly. But I tell you what, we used to always say, it only takes 1 at-bat to change the complexion of a ball game. And they've got their 3 big boys coming up this inning.
League's leading hitter Albert Pujols stands in. 377 his batting average. He is 0 for 5 against Rodriguez, who throws him a strike. Pujols has hit into a double play, struck out, flied out. 2 chances for the Cardinals in this ball game have ended in double play ground balls, especially 7th inning with nobody out and Matheny up hit into a double play. Pujols hit into one after a leadoff walk in the 3rd inning. Palmeiro ahead of him. That one popped up and back.
Well, he got a hanging breaking ball right there, right over the middle of the plate. He just missed it. That was a good pitch to hit for Albert.
Pujols now in an 0 for 13.
Here's the breaking ball right over the middle of the plate, and you can see in his facial expression that he knew he got a pitch that was hanging, and he just missed it.
30-year-old right-hander Felix Rodriguez out of the Dominican Republic. Fastball away. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Albert Pujols. Could be the first time this season Pujols ends up going 3 games without a base hit. And the longest slump he's had so far this year. On the other hand, don't make a mistake. 1-2 delivery. That one's going to be a base hit. Grissom will come on to get it. Pujols is on. A leadoff single in the 8th for the Cardinals.
See, this is the inning that the Cardinals need to put the pressure on the Giants. I mean, you got the big guys up right now, only down 2. So they need some quality ABs from their big guys right now.
They've had the leadoff man on 4 out of the 8 innings, but have only been able to convert in one of them back in the 7th. Jason Isringhausen, the right-hander of the Cardinals, getting ready. Now it'll be Edmonds, who's 0 for 3. He has flied out twice to left and struck out. He is 0 for 6 in the times he has faced Rodriguez. Giants in the ball game have done just the opposite, getting the leadoff man on 3 times and scoring all 3 of them for a 3-1 lead. Edmonds has had only 1 hit in the series. He's 1 for 11 in these 3 games. Nobody out. Fastball, Rodriguez away, ball 1. Jerome Williams could be the winner in this ball game. Garrett Stephenson, the starter for the Cardinals, the 2 pitchers of record. This one is yet to be decided as the Cardinals try and get out of that 2-game losing streak they're in against the Giants. And away 2-0 as Rodriguez fists towards his belt, unhappy with that location.
Well, he's working himself into a tougher situation here going into these hitters counts. 2-0. Edmonds needs to get him in the strike zone. Look for his pitch. If it's not his pitch, don't swing. He's in the driver's seat right now.
Pujols on at first base. Here's a 2-0 delivery and a 3-0 count. Now it gets real interesting. Both managers staring and pacing. 3-1. Giants lead it. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Cardinals have that leadoff man on, Pujols. 3-0, taking all the way for a strike.
Whew. I can't understand that one.
Got to be swinging if it's your
well, it was off the plate, I thought. It's like 3-0 sometimes when the ball's if it's close, it's a strike.
Rodriguez got the call there, 3-1.
He's going to get a good pitch to hit here.
He wound up on it, fouled it back. 3-2.
And see, when you got a guy like Rodriguez who throws hard, the whole key is actually to be as smooth as you can as a hitter. Don't try to overswing. You don't need a big swing. Almost like thinking about playing pepper. Just get the bat head to the ball, short and quick. Because his velocity will give you the distance. All the distance that you need will come from his velocity.
He has been tough on left-handers. They're hitting only .210 against him. Amazingly, right-handers are hitting .313. I don't know how that's happened. That's what David said when we were looking at that between innings. He's getting the lefties, not the righties.
Now, it'll be interesting here to see if he puts the runner in motion, considering the fact they've hit into a couple double plays that have hurt him. To see if he continues to play an aggressive style of baseball here.
3-2 count. Runner not going. Foul back by Jim Edmonds. Edmonds trying to launch one here with his club down by 2 and that runner on. For Edmonds this season, he has struck out 63 times. He is the leader on this ball club in strikeouts. Waiting on deck, Scott Rowland. Infield shifted, playing Edmonds to pull. Rodriguez again, 3-2, runner not going, and again fought off.
Edmonds is fouling off some tough pitches. But see, right now he's talking to himself, and he's thinking, first of all, it helps Edmonds to see as many pitches as he sees, especially fastballs. It's only helping him. And he just needs to be short and quick. Don't try to overswing against Rodriguez. He's going to supply the power for you.
He had a 9-pitch at bat the last time up. So far, he's worked 7 off Rodriguez, holding that count at 3-2. And on none of these occasions has Pujols been running at first base. He's being held by Galarraga. Again, 3-2. And Edmonds cranks that one the other way. Another foul ball.
Well, he's battling. And I think one of the reasons why Pujols is not on the run, for one, it's late in the ball game. You don't want to run yourself into a strikeout, throw him out, because Pujols is not, not really one of the faster guys on the team. But right here, Evans is, this is perfect for Evans. He's seeing some pitches, found some tough pitches, and if Rodriguez makes a mistake, over that strike zone, he's going to get a good pitch to hit. He should have him timed. He done fouled off 3 pitches already.
3-1 Giant lead. Battle engaged here late in this game. 8th inning. 3-2 delivery. That one again, Thorne foul.
See, Edmonds has him timed now. So it's going to be very important. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rodriguez maybe take a little bit off of this, or maybe even try to throw him a cutter or something like that, because Edmonds has his fastball timed.
9-pitch at bat, as happened on the last occasion. Foul balls off the 3-2 count both ways. The outfield deep on Edmonds, infield double play depth with nobody out. Runner goes. The 5th foul ball.
Yeah, see, I think La Russa sees what I think we see, is he's got him timed. Rodriguez is throwing some fast. That ball's on the outer part of the plate. That's a good pitch by Rodriguez. And Edmonds did a great job of fouling that off, but the runner was in motion. So I think La Russa feels like, okay, my guy has him timed. Let me put him in motion now.
5 foul balls after the 3-2 count. Edmonds, their leading home run hitter, with 25 so far on the season. He is second to Mike Lowell in homers. Pujols, his teammate, right behind him, third in the league in homers. Again, 3-2. Runner not going. Did he go? No. 2 on, nobody out.
And that was a great battle by Edmonds. He fouled off some tough pitches. Got himself in a 3-2 count. Rodriguez wasn't giving in, throwing some good fastballs. Here he is. He gets a fastball. That ball was just a little bit more out than the previous one. And he may have went. You need to see a better angle than that, Gary.
Oh, my gosh.
You think he went, don't you?
I do. Dave Righetti's gone to the mound. If it's a question of the bat being over the plate.
Do you think Tony is in the minds of the umpires?
Yeah, well, see, that's what happens. If you make enough 800 calls, somebody listens. He banged the phone earlier in the game. Dave Righetti out to chat with Rodriguez. This is the 3rd time the Cardinals have had their first 2 batters reach base. They are due.
Here's a different angle, and from that angle, it does look like he went.
That wasn't a check swing. That was a swing.
But Edmonds gets an Academy Award for...
Wait, see how he dropped the bat and caught it in his other hand to show the bat hadn't gone that far around? All right, here's Roland. Right-handers, as we said, have been hitting Rodriguez hard. .313 average, and here's a guy who hits the ball hard. He's 0 for 3 in a game. 2 on, nobody out.
And Roland's been doing a great job of maintaining scoring position, hitting over 300.
He's 2 for 7 off Rodriguez in his career. Strike 1. Cardinals left 2 on in the first, the second, again in the 7th. They are 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That's why they have only 1 run up there on the board. A single and a walk, 2 on. Here in the 8th inning. 0-1 delivery. Ooh, nasty pitch.
He threw him a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that just ran in on him. And in a situation like this, Rodriguez is thinking, I need a ground ball double play. Something to stop this momentum. And Roland obviously is thinking totally opposite, especially right now 0-2. He's thinking that he has to get a pitch, shorten his stroke a little bit. All he needs is a base hit.
18 pitches thrown this inning by Rodriguez. Still does not have an out. Roland will have to wait. Roland has hit into 9 ground ball double plays. There are the numbers with runners in scoring position for him. Pujols off second base, Edmonds off first. And this time it'll be the timeout at the plate by Scott Rolen. Cat and mouse game being played here.
It's a good move by Rolen. He had to collect his thoughts. He's probably running every pitch that Rodriguez could throw through his mind and what he's going to do with each pitch.
2-strike delivery. Rolen, a chopper, back to the mound. Chance for 2. Gets 1. Relay in time. Another double play.
4-3 on the double play.
Rodriguez to Perez to Galarraga. Runner at third and 2 down.
Well, he already had Rolen on the defensive, having him 0-2. He throws a fastball low and away. Something that's all really Rolen could do with it. And just did it. I mean, it's a great pitch in that situation. That's exactly what he needed to stop this momentum. I mean, he delivered it nicely to Nefi Perez. Nefi made the transition and said that's just a momentum killer.
Wow. Cardinals have done it to themselves in this game. Over at third base, Albert Pujols, but they're now 2 away. Renteria single, and he has scored the lone Cardinal run in the game. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game, 4 for 12 off Rodriguez. Takes the pitch inside for a ball, and that really quiets the Cardinal faithful here at Busch. An unhappy Scott Rolen, but he joins the list tonight with Pujols and Matheny on ground ball double plays hit into in key situations. The Giants and Rodriguez have a chance to go to the 9th inning with that 3-1 lead. 1-0 delivery. Renteria fouls it off. 1-1. Go to the 9th inning. Bonds will be leading it off. Santiago and Cruz will follow in the 9th for the Giants. We're trying to take the first 3 games. Isringhausen, Jason saying before the game, he said, I got to work tonight. I haven't worked in 3 days. He said, my pitches will be all over the place. So he's throwing a lot out there in the bullpen, actually trying to wear his arm down a little bit to have better control. 1-1 delivery. That was one of those faster, harder pitches.
Well, when you can rush it up there 95 to 98, I mean, sometimes he can get as much as 98. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Sometimes you just rear back and say, here, hit it if you can. And he just challenged him right there with a good fastball on the inside part of the plate, and he was able to throw it by.
He has had to work here in this inning. Leadoff single Pujols, then he walked Edmonds with a double play by Rolen. Gives him a chance to get out of it. Edgar Renteria with a 1-ball 2-strike count. Renteria, 334 on the year. 22nd pitch of the inning coming. Ooh. Santiago framed it, but doesn't get the call.
That was a great pitch right there. I mean, a ball right on the outside part of the plate, right around the knees. That's a pitch you want as a pitcher. And that's a pitch that you're happy as a hitter they didn't call. He wanted it. As you can see by his expression, he really wanted that pitch.
Now he's got to work 2-2 to Renteria. Renteria is having a tremendous offensive season. One of the many on these Cardinals. Fouls that one off. Count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Renteria is really good at hitting the ball the other way, especially fastballs away. And you see Rodriguez is really pumping a fastball hard in on him, trying to stay in and then go away with his breaking ball to see if he can catch him. He threw a great pitch, a great slider away. He thought he had him for strike 3. Then when he didn't get the call, he came back to the fastball in tight. You don't want to leave anything out on the plate against Renteria, especially a fastball, because he's so adept at hitting, base hits to right field.
Well, the totals for Rodriguez, and that's all here in this inning. Renteria started the day 3rd in the league in average, 4th in hits. He's got a 2-ball 2-strike count. Pujols at third base. 2-2 delivery. Mercy.
See, they're going to continue to pound him in because they know that his strength is fastballs out over the plate, and you know, I would say is not as strong as hitting balls inside, especially 95, 96 mile an hour fastballs that are running in on your hands. So they're going to stay there and try to basically, he has to beat him on his fastball in.
Renteria will continue to fight him off, hoping to get a mistake where that ball ends up a little bit more over the middle. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery. Went back outside and again just misses. 3-2. Felipe Alou.
And Rodriguez has the idea. He knows what he wants to do. I mean, they're working him the way they want to work him. He's just not making the pitch.
The Giant pitchers have thrown 148 pitches. 4 pitchers, 148 pitches. They've given up 1 run.
That's well, we had a lot of 3-2, 3-2 counts and
a lot of deep
walks.
counts.
A lot of balls fouled off.
Now, Santiago knows how important this out is, and he thinks Rodriguez may be a little bit too much upset about those non-strike calls, so he's going out and just wants to settle this thing down right here. You get the next out, and those other calls don't matter.
Just settling down, getting to focus on this one pitch. You don't want to walk Renteria in this situation right here. Bringing up Tino Martinez, who's been hot as of late. Make the pitch, you know, either go with the fastball in or make sure you get this breaking ball on the plate. I'm thinking it's going to be the fastball in.
Martinez in the on-deck circle. You're talking about how good Renteria is compared to all the other shortstops. He led the National League shortstops in average and RBIs last year, and I don't think many people would have thought that of Renteria. 3-2 count, runner at third, 2 down. Fastball. Another silo pop-up. Santiago gets rid of the mask and helmet and puts it away. So Rodriguez had to battle. The Cardinals have now left 8 in 8 innings. 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. He protects the Giant lead. Bonds coming up.
Reese Davis, Rob Dibble. This has been happening to the Cubs bullpen, and Sammy does it to the Phil's pen.
Reese, entering today, 80 players had more home runs than Sammy Sosa.
That was the first run of the game, and the ninth is now bottom half of the ninth. 1-0 Cubs on top of the Phillies. And a guy who matched Sammy in the home run race this year, Rafael Furcal.
Number 11 for him.
In the 13th, the 1-1 game, Braves and the Marlins, and Atlanta now has the lead. Braves with a 2-1 edge on Florida.
About Atlanta, a decade of being either 1 or 2 in ERA in the National League. David Justice, you were there. Pitching was the name of the game. Not you didn't have hitters, but you had great pitching. Now what they've done is they've become a pitching staff that's in the middle of the league, and they are the offensive juggernaut now in the National League.
Right, well, I mean, look at the players they have. Andrew Jones, they have Javi Lopez just rebounding and just doing a great job this year. Then you have Chipper, who's doing his thing, and you have Gary Sheffield, who is having a phenomenal year. And I think a lot of that, too, is, you know, Terry Pendleton over there as a hitting instructor, a former player, a guy who's very knowledgeable about hitting. You know, like I said, a guy who's played the game. I mean, he's been in the war. He knows what it's about, and I think his influence has really helped their ball club.
Showing. Bonds leads it off as we go to the 9th inning. Jason Isringhausen out of the bullpen. Wow, a big cut. Bonds has drawn a walk and scored on a sac fly by Alfonso. He had a home run, his 23rd in the 4th inning. So 1 for 2 officially in the game with 2 runs scored. 636th career home run. Jason Isringhausen. Bonds has never had a hit off him. 0 for 11. And that's going to be a foul ball just outside of first. And an 0-2 count on Bonds here in the 9th inning. Bonds, Santiago, and Cruz are due up. Isringhausen coming off the DL on June 10. He missed the first 61 games with a rehab shoulder injury. So Jason Isringhausen just working himself back into game shape.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, they really need him to be healthy, to be the closer. You know, they made it this far, you know, without him, you know, first part of the season, but they're definitely happy to have him back.
Years old now, Jason Isringhausen. 0-2 count, and he'll step off. Delivery on the way to Bonds, and a fastball taken away. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Cardinals will get another shot at it in the bottom half. So Isringhausen's job here, keep the score right where it's at. And don't let Bonds get another one on you. Bonds, his slugging percentage and on base percentage obviously phenomenal. You've got the 3 top slugging percentages in the National League in this game in Pujols, Edmonds, and Bonds. In fact, you got another one. Roland came in 10th in the league, so 4 out of the top 10 play here tonight. See the leaderboard slugging percentage numbers. That's some thump right there. Those are extra base hits. 1-2 delivery, a fly ball right center field, way back at the wall, and goodbye home run. Bonds has got 2 on the night, and the Giants have a 4-1 lead. He now has got a hit off Isringhausen. 24 home runs on the year. 3 runs scored.
He's just an amazing hitter. Isringhausen came with a breaking ball again. He had fouled off earlier, and that one was right over the middle of the plate, and Barry did what Barry does.
My. A 4-1 lead. The 4th hit for the Giants in the game. 2 of them have been home runs by Barry Bonds. Here's Benito Santiago. So Jason Isringhausen gives up the dinger. Bonds has a screaming line drive over the 372 mark for the first one, and a towering fly ball out near right center field, maybe 400, where he put that one out. First home run Isringhausen has allowed in 81 games.
He's just a phenomenal hitter. I mean, I'm just in awe of what he does day in and day out. The at-bats that he puts on other teams, I mean, the focus, you know, and a lot of teams don't want to pitch to him. That's what I'm amazed by, is a lot of teams pitch around him, and then the ones that do pitch to him, he hits them out the ballpark. I mean, it's not singles. I mean, he goes deep.
0-2 delivery, taken for a strike. Benito Santiago is gone. 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. As soon as we completed our ball game, baseball tonight will be coming up here on ESPN. The story against the Braves. Dontrelle Willis, what a start he's had for the Marlins. Pair of new socks, and should Griffey be sitting? All coming up. Jose Cruz with 1 away, nobody on. 63rd multiple home run game for Bonds. 2 in this one. Garrett Stephenson, the starter, gave up 1, and Jason Isringhausen giving up 1. And he just almost, sometimes you feel as though when he wants to hit one, he hits one. 1-0 delivery by Isringhausen is looped the other way down the line. Could be trouble. That's going to fall in for a base hit, then roll into foul territory, touched by a fan. It'll end up as a ground rule double. So Cruz is on with his first hit of the ball game. A ground rule double with 1 away. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. I remind you, MLB.com has the widest selection of items for the team that you love. Shop MLB.com. It's the official site for wearing your heart on your sleeve. MLB.com. So 1 down, runner on at second base. Francisco Santos is the pinch hitter. The double by Cruz puts him on second with 1 away. Santos, first ball hitting, fouls it back. He's on Pedro Feliz out of there. We've been hitting in this spot.
He's going to have to tune it up a little bit.
Yeah.
That first swing.
A little late.
Yeah. They take the donut off.
Players are so cruel to one another. Santos the 0-1.
It's all said in love, Garrett.
That's right. And he gets that one after he got jammed to first. Martinez will make the play. Cruz moves over to third base, and now there are 2 down. Santos out of there. 2 away. Painter in the bullpen for the Cardinals, just in case. We're in the 9th inning. Isringhausen, they want Isringhausen to get through this. They've got Edgardo Alfonso, the right-handed hitter, coming up. Want him to get this right here. It's 4-1, Giants on top. Keep in mind the Giants won the first 2 games of this series by identical scores of 5-1. Get another run here. They got a runner at third with 2 down. We'd have the 5-1 score again. Alfonso has had an RBI and a sac fly. He's 0 for 2. A 4-game hit streak for him. Probably his last chance to keep it going. Jason Isringhausen misses outside with it. 2-0. Delivery taken outside. For those of you joining us who are watching the Cubs-Phillies game, welcome to St. Louis. Cubs with that 1-0 win on the dinger. Gary Thorne along with David Justice. Here's the Giants have a 4-1 lead over the Cardinals in the top of the 9th inning. Isringhausen up high. They have not trailed in any of the 3 games in this series, and they're looking to make it 3-0 against the Cardinals. Barry Bonds has had a 2-homer game. Numbers 23 and 24. Has scored 3 runs, 2 RBIs. A big night for Bonds. Baseball tonight will have all the highlights of all the Major League action coming up after our ball game. Andres Galarraga now at the plate. Runners at first and third. Galarraga takes the pitch outside. Galarraga popped out in his only at bat that came in the 8th inning. Well, the Giants with a chance to tack on here with 2 down. Bonds led this inning off with a homer. Jason Isringhausen just out of the pen in the inning, struggling with it, and Matheny's going to go out and have a word with him as it goes to 2-0 on Galarraga.
Well, he's throwing hard. He's just having a tough time locating his fastball. And Matheny's going out there. Maybe he saw something. And just relax a little bit, throw it to the mid. I mean, your velocity is there. Just now you got to get it over the plate.
Garrett Stephenson started for the Cardinals. He would be the losing pitcher in this ball game. Starter Jerome Williams, a fine start for the young right-hander of the Giants. Towering fly ball to right field. Robinson is there and puts it away. Galarraga retired. But a run in on a couple of hits with 2 left on. Bonds had the homer, and the Giants go to the bottom of the 9th, leading by 3.
This Wednesday, get ready for the summer's best movie. It's the must-see movie of the year. Pirates of the Caribbean, rated PG-13, starts Wednesday.